Okay, so the topic today we will be doing and discussing in this class is modal verbs. Basically, a modal verb is a type of a verb that is used to indicate, like, we express our feelings and opinions and, thoughts and emotions and expressions in our day-to-day life in different way. Sometimes we give people suggestions, sometimes we give them order, sometimes we give them advice, sometimes we request, we offer. So these are different activities and different mode of communication that we use in our daily life, in our day-to-day communication. So there are many kinds of model words which we will be learning in this class. So let me share my screen with you. Okay, so today we will be learning about a model verb that is can, could, and be able to. All right. So the first use which is written here, as you can see on my screen, we use can to say that something is possible or allowed, or that somebody has the ability to do something. All right. So first of all, you can say that whenever we talk about can, we talk about abilities. All right. For example, if I ask you that, can you see in the dark? Can you see in the dark? Right. So what will be your answer if you can see in the dark? All right. Afzal, can you please unmute yourself? And I'm going to ask you some questions and you will answer me. Okay. Afzal. Or you can also use chat box so that I can see your responses. Afzal, you are requested to unmute yourself. Or who would like to have a question answer session with me? I want one student who will be having an interaction with me so that I can ask
Ye-
questions. Okay, Afzal, thank you so much,
Yes,
Afzal.
ma'am.
All right. Yeah. So, Afzal, if I ask you a question, can you see in the dark? Can you see in the dark?
No, ma'am. How can I see?
Okay, no. Okay, so what should be your answer? You will say, no, I can't. No, I can't. Say this to me. Answer me. No, I can't.
No, I can't.
No, I can't. Right? It means that nobody has this ability to see in the dark. Right? I think some animals can see. All right. So this is their ability. But we human beings, we cannot see. We can't see in the dark. So this is the ability. All right. Abzul, I want to ask you, or this is let's ask Rima Khan. Rima, can you cook? Rima, can you cook?
No, ma'am, I can't.
Okay, okay, Afzal is answering. Okay, so Afzal, can you cook? You can't cook?
No, ma'am, I can't.
Okay, so do you think that boys can cook, or the boys are and the
Yes, ma'am.
males are a good cook as compared to women? What do you
I
think?
can.
Hmm.
Madam, boys can cook, but I can make tea.
You can make tea. Okay, that's the ability. You can make tea. Really nice. All right. Thank you so much, Afzal, for your input. All right. So let's continue. Okay. So as you can see on my screen, there are some examples written and some different usages of can, could, and be able to. Today we will be discussing, and I have some listening activities planned for you and some speaking activities as well, because the foundation of English main focus is on skills development. It's not like one way lecture and you are only listening. All right, so we have another example. Okay, first of all, how to write a sentence with can and how to express your ability or anything that you would like to express using can. So we always need with after each and every modal verb, whether it is can, could, or be able to, you are required to use and put verb first form or base form of the verb without s or es or ing, after the modal verb, right? For example, we can see the lake from our hotel. We can see the lake from our hotel. So seeing is your ability, right? So you can just notice here it is written in bold. After can, we have written here is, you can see, see, S-double-E-C, which is the first form of the verb, which is the base form of the verb. So it is always required. I don't have a pen. You can use mine. I mean, you are allowing somebody to use your pen. All right. We remember that we will be discussing multiple usages of can. The first one is ability, and the other one is possible, or when you are allowed to do something or when something is possible. All right. Now, I would like to ask, who I want to, I want is Tahira. Tahira, can you please unmute yourself if I can talk to you? Tahira? Tahira, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm glad to hear
Yes, ma'am.
you. All right. Okay, Tahira, I have a question from you. How many languages can you speak? How many languages can you speak?
I can speak two languages, English and Urdu.
English and Urdu. Very nice. So speaking a language is an ability, all right? So you are able to speak or you can speak two languages. Thank you so much. Okay. Now the next example is I can come and see you tomorrow if you like. The word dream can be a noun or a verb, all right? So you can see that when you are giving instructions, when you are giving suggestions, we also use can a lot. What is the negative? The negative of can is can't. Like I can, I can't cook very well. I can't cook means that it is true in my case that I can't cook. All right, or I'm afraid I can't come to the party on Friday. If your friend is organizing a party and she's inviting you that would you like to come to my party, and you'll say no, I can't come because I have got an important work or I have an urgent meeting, all right? So whatever could be the reason, you are, telling her that you will not be able to join her the next day. All right. Now let's go to the other side, which is okay. As all right. Now be all right. So the first use we have discussed. Now the next one is we you can say that somebody is able to do something. When we talk about can, we also have a parallel structure with it, that is be able to. So when we say someone can do something, we can say somebody is able to do something, right? But can is more usual. I mean, you will see that people using can more often, but quite often not be able to. But what is the use of it? Like we are able to see the lake from our hotel, but can has only two forms, present and could. Could is past. You know very well already that the past form of can is could. All right. So sometimes it is necessary to use be able to compare. This is the list where you can compare. Sorry. Okay. This is the list. Where is the list? Yeah. I can't sleep. All right, I can't sleep, or I haven't been able to sleep recently. So you see that there is a slightly difference. Like can talks of, when you use using can, it means that nowadays maybe you are suffering from, depression, maybe you are the victim of anxiety or whatever it is. Then you are expressing and you are sharing with your friend that I can't sleep these days because of my examination, stress, and my examination is just around the corner and I haven't prepared anything, something like that, or I haven't been able to sleep recently. So whenever we use have, definitely we talk about indefinite time. We don't mention any definite time. We'll be discussing that later because I don't think that we have in the course past tense to talk about, but I'll be sharing you the review and the recapitulation of the tenses through listening activities and speaking activities. All right. Tom can come tomorrow. All right. Tom might be able to come tomorrow. So these are two different things. When we say can come tomorrow, it is possibility. Might be able to come tomorrow means that there is less possibility, but he can come. Maria can speak French, Spanish, and English. So here, speaking the language is an ability. Applicants for the job must be able to speak two foreign languages, right? So be able to, we use be able to when we sometimes interchangeably, but can is more usable as compared to be able to. Uh, Look at this, another example that I have to give you. See, okay. Now let's talk about sometimes could is the past of can, and we use could especially with, please notice that we use could especially with see, hear, smell, test, feel, remember, understand. All right, there are some examples. We had a lovely room in the hotel. We could see the lake. All right. Acha, why you always remember one thing, that when you speak or when you write, there should always be the tense agreement, right? If one sentence is in past, then 99% is is you have to be sure that the other sentence should be in past. You can't say that we had a lovely room in the hotel. We are talking about past, and we can see the lake. You can't say that because the sentence is in the past. So you can say we could see the lake. It means that at that time you were able to see the lake from your hotel room window. All right. As soon as I walked into the room, I could smell gas. Like smell is the, could is the ability. Like you could smell something that was a bad smell or that was something threatening. Right. I could smell gas. So I immediately went down and reported to the hotel management. So this is the contextual understanding. Okay. Please keep your mics on mute. Who is this? Whose mic is not on mute? Somebody's mic is not on mute. All right. Rima Khan, your mic wasn't on mute and it disturbed the class. Please be careful. All right. Now the next example. I was sitting at the back of the theater and couldn't hear very well. All right. So maybe yesterday you went with your friends to watch a movie and then you were sitting at the back. You got the seat at the back. So you couldn't hear very well. Otherwise, it doesn't happen in good cinemas. All right. But this is just an example. We also use could to say that somebody had the ability to do something or was allowed to do something, right? Like my grandmother could speak 5 languages. You are talking about your grandfather or your grandmother who maybe is alive or may not, isn't alive. So you are talking about past and giving the past references. So my grandfather could speak 5 languages. We were totally free. We could do what we wanted. All right. It means we were allowed to do what what we wanted. Are there any questions? Okay. Now I would like to ask. Let me see who is with me here. Shuja. All right. All right. Shuja, will you please unmute yourself? All right. Shuja, will you please unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, Shuja, I want you to make a sentence with can and could. Like talk about something that you can do now and talk about something that you could do when you were very young. Very young means when you were a child. Okay. Like for example, I want to give you an example of mine that when I was a child, I could run very fast, but now I can't. It means that definitely I'm older enough. I can't run very fast now, but when I was a child, I could run. It was my ability, right? So can you just make one sentence with can and could, contextually, using it contextually, like what you could do when you were a child and what you can do now? Yes.
Okay,
Shuja.
okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Or the other students can also write one thing they can do now and one thing they could do when they were very young. They can write in the chat box. So it will be a great practice of writing a sentence and constructing the sentences. Okay. And meanwhile, Shuja will answer. Okay. Yes, Shuja. Have you thought what could you do when you were a child, which you don't do anymore, or which you can do now, or one thing that you can do now? Where is Shuja disappeared? All right. Yes, Shuja, we are waiting.
Kitchen. Could you look for it?
Okay. Hold on. Okay, I'm in the kitchen.
Can you see it?
No, sorry.
Is there anything on the table?
There are some plates. There's Helen's mug, but no purse.
How about on the work surfaces?
I can't see it.
सत्यानाश हो गया मेरे उसका
Could you look under it?
Got it.
Oh, thanks, Matt. I was really worried. Can you put it on the kitchen table? I can pick it up later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
All right, now let's begin. What is the difference between could and was able to, and how to use it with in the sentences? I mean, can they be used interchangeably or not? We are going to learn it now. All right, so we use could for general ability, like with see and hear, as we have discussed in the previous section, section C. All right, my grandfather could speak 5 languages, and I could see them, but not very clearly. Like, if someone is bringing you any document, and then the font size is very small, all right, so you can say that I could see them but not very clearly, all right. Or you are standing somewhere at the distance, or very distant place, and you would like to spot something from the distance, so you can say that I could see two people are standing there, and they are talking, but we exactly don't know who they are. We cannot identify, I couldn't identify them, right? But to say that somebody succeeded in doing something in a specific situation, we normally use was and were able to or managed to. I think you may have heard a lot of times people using the expression, I was finally able to do it. It means that maybe you were doing work in a very challenging situation, or you were faced with a lot of challenges, all right. For example, that due to COVID-19 global pandemic, the physical classes got suspended, and we had to shift to the online classes, but we finally managed to give the examination, take the examination, and succeeded, all right. So this is an example. The first the fire is spread quickly, but everybody was able to escape. So here we can't say could escape, because could we use for natural ability, something general ability like see or hear. But here maybe people made some efforts, they did some efforts to get out of that situation, all right. So the fire spread quickly, but everybody was able to escape. I didn't know where Max was, but I managed to find him in the end. It means that you can, I don't know whether you can say you can, no, not could find, like I could find him in the end. So here we cannot use could here, we will use managed to, or finally managed to, or I was able to find him in the end finally, all right. Now there is a comparison. Compare. Jack was an excellent tennis player when he was younger. He could beat anybody, all right. So he was good enough to beat anybody, and because he had the ability. If you are a good player, it is your ability, all right. Like Shahid Afridi is a fantastic player, all right. He could hit sixers, innumerable times or something like that, though I'm not interested in cricket a lot, all right. So it is the ability of a player. I didn't know where the max was, but I find, okay, we have done this, okay. Jack and Andy played a match yesterday, and Andy played well, but Jack managed to beat him. It means that the other player had to make efforts. Hello, can you hear me now? I hope that my voice is clear to all of you, right? I'm trying. All right. Otherwise, I can use my another internet connection. It doesn't matter. All right. And we are going to finish this in 2 minutes, right? Okay. And guys, after you come back, I'm going to share with you some exercises. The next part is exercises. Look at this. I'm not showing you all the exercises. I'm just giving you a preview of it, that after 2 o'clock when you will join, we'll do some exercises. All right. Thank you so much for endorsement, Muzammal, that you can hear me. All right. So after you come back at 2 o'clock, we'll do exercises, we'll do listening. I have an amazing listening activity planned for you. And then we'll do some sort of speaking activity as well. All right. Let me finish this example, and then We have few minutes to finish the class. The negative could, the negative is couldn't, right? Could not. Is possible in all situations. My grandfather couldn't swim. I can swim, but my sister can't. Okay, that is the present ability. We use can for present and future. Like, can you come tomorrow? But we use could for past ability. All right. I looked for Max everywhere, but I couldn't find him. All right. Andy played well, but he couldn't beat Jack. So when you are using negative, could in negative, then you can use with all kind of situations in any situation. There is no any limitation that whether it is for general ability or for the specific purposes you are talking to. All right. So let me stop my screen share. Let me check how much time we have. We have hardly 1 or 2 minutes, I hope. All right. So after you come back,